welcome to our weekly show, Tea Talk, where we'll be discussing latest updates, news, what's buzzing on the social media, as well as all that you need to know to have that ease of living in this beautiful country. Today, on 23rd March, as the Pakistani community living in the Sultanate of Oman observed Pakistan Resolution Day, or as we say, Pakistan Day, we have a very special guest joining us for the very first time in our studios today, since he has taken up the post of the Ambassador of Pakistan to Oman. So without further ado, let's welcome His Excellency Muhammad Imran Ali Chaudhry. Thank you so much, Your Excellency, for joining us. What a pleasure to have you in our studio today.
Mantia, the pleasure is all mine. This is a beautiful studio you have in this beautiful city and in this beautiful country, if I may say so.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency. So we all know that this is your first time in the Sultanate of Oman. How has it been going on with you so far?
It's been very peculiar, the feelings. The moment I got off the plane, and may I say with my 4 dogs, and I was received, there is this aura of peace in this beautiful country, peace and certain calm here, which I could not find in the tens of years I spent in North America and Europe. So it's beautiful. The Omani people have been so welcoming, so has been the government, so have been, I got a chance to meet the top military leadership. Amazing.
So, Your Excellency, you just mentioned, the previous years you have been in North America. What was your first reaction when you heard that you are being posted in the Middle East, and that to Oman?
There was a certain bit of nervousness, not because of Oman, because I had never been to the Middle East before. And so I thought, so I'll have to navigate fresh waters. But the moment people knew, the friends knew, they said, you're probably going to the, if I might say so, they said you're going to the best place in the Middle East. And then I Googled some things, YouTubed some things, and I felt at ease.
Your Excellency, talking about Oman, I'm sure you're aware of the fact that Oman and Pakistan share historical ties. They share brotherly ties. And during your tenure here in Oman, how are you planning to further strengthen these existing ties?
The relationship is very good in bilateral spheres, in defense, on the political diplomatic side, in multilateral institutions, but a lot of work needs to be done in the economic and trade affairs. So those would be my focus.
Right. And do you think due to COVID-19, people are still actually dealing with the effects of COVID-19, do you think that's going to hinder or going to bring some obstacles to your plan?
That has already hindered before my coming here. Now things are opening up, so things should be better.
Yes, and now the vaccination rollout, and there's no PCR requirement whether you're going to Pakistan or even to Oman. So I think that's going to ease up the travel between the two countries too.
Yes, it is, and I feel very encouraged by the fact that both the countries have dealt with COVID-19 in one of the, may I say, successfully as compared to the rest of the world. So Oman has done very well, and so has Pakistan. So I think in both these countries, as well as the rest of the world, we are past the last variant. And let's hope another variant doesn't come up.
I hope so, Your Excellency, because now things are looking, hopeful for future, that the numbers are coming down, the mortality has gone down. So let's hope, inshallah. Now, Your Excellency, as I mentioned earlier, that today is the Pakistan Resolution Day, or we say Pakistan Day. How did people in the Sultanate, the Pakistan nationals, or the embassy observe this day?
There was a function in the morning in the school. I particularly wanted the flag hoisting not to take place in the embassy, but in the school, open to everyone. There were little children wearing traditional Pakistani dresses of the 4 provinces, of the regions. There was a lot of audio visual, the teachers. So we had a wonderful time. And now we hope to hold another diplomatic reception soon, which would be more formal.
Right. And Your Excellency, if I'm not wrong, whenever the ambassador is placed in a certain country, of course, the priorities are to actually build bridge between those two countries and also work on the welfare of the community living in that particular country. So what are your plans for the welfare of Pakistani nationals living in Oman?
It has to, Madiha, start from the embassy. Now, I was very lucky in my last assignment in Barcelona that I could radically change the image of the mission here. I intend to do the same here. It's going to become a welfare-oriented mission. From the moment you enter the door, you're going to feel at ease, you're going to feel no formality, and you're going to be taken care of. Giving you a few examples, anything that arrives from Pakistan, the cards, the passports, they're put the same day on Facebook, so anybody can just check. They don't have to call. There are 6 WhatsApp numbers for emergency and non-emergency purposes, which answer various queries and also emergencies. So these are just the first 2 steps, but I need to do more, and I have no hesitation in telling you that I want a larger women's area. I want a play area for the children, and I want more friendly staff coming out instead of the applicant going to the window. People from the window should come to the applicant and help them.
All right, those are some of the things that you would like to implement.
Some of them that I remember right now.
Your Excellency, now, coming from North America to Middle East, as you mentioned earlier, now the population of Pakistanis, if I'm not wrong, is close to 200,000. What kind of feedback or what have you noticed so far among the community here?
The good things are that some of them have done very well in Oman, and all of them, they want to do something. They might not be sure about what, but they want to do something for those Pakistanis who are more in white collar jobs. So this feeling of everybody wanting to do something, I found unique in the Omani, in the Pakistanis living in Oman. The other thing is that they're very law-abiding as compared to other parts of the world, especially Europe. So these are the 2 things. The feedback that I've got is everybody that I meet, some of them have been here for 30 years, some of them for 10 years, 15 years. These are pretty long periods of time. So I always ask them, did you not want to go, say, to a European country or a North American country or elsewhere? They say no, and again, sorry, it might sound cliched. They said the same thing, that there's a strange peace and calm in this country.
I totally agree with that. I kind of resonate with that statement, Your Excellency, when I came here for the first time, coming from Pakistan, it's so packed, it's fast-paced. When I came here for the first time, and I have been here for almost 7 years, and in these 7 years, I think I have traveled to Pakistan only maybe a couple of times. It feels so homely here, first of all, and that peace of mind that you have, and the people, and the ease of living is just incredible.
Absolutely. Just an interjection. I'll send you to Pakistan more. You must go there more, and Karachi is, from where you come, is fast-paced, even as compared to other parts of Pakistan. My family also told me the same thing. I have a 12-year-old daughter, and she's at peace in the Beacon House School. And I said, do you want to change? She said, no, I'm very happy here. And although I would like her to study more, but there's a calmness around her. And although I'm just saying it jokingly, the puppies are also calmer here in Oman.
Well, wait until the summer hits in this country.
They're going to live in air-conditioned quarters, as everybody has to.
Right. Your Excellency, you mentioned something about the jobs, among the Pakistani community. Now, I want to take you back a little and talk about the Pakistani nationals that actually lost jobs owing to COVID-19 pandemic, of course. So was there any help? Was there any kind of support or ease given to them from the embassy?
I think the embassy and the community combined very well. I always pride the Barcelona consulate of doing very well, and I think it's one of the model Pakistani institutions in the world. But from what I studied here, the community and the embassy, they helped people a lot in COVID-19. Then I think there were 15,000 Pakistanis who were removed, repatriated at that time. Again, the Oman government was very generous in waiving off conditions for going out. So they went out, I think maybe 40 flights. So it all happens together, and the Pakistani community did a lot. And God forbid, if anything of that magnitude hits us, I hope it doesn't.
Yes.
We'll do the same.
Yes, I remember, Your Excellency, when COVID, it was initially starting in Oman, and that Matra, the Old Muscat area, was under lockdown. So the embassy actually arranged groceries for people who cannot travel outside to go to their workplace or anything. And the kind of support shown by the Pakistani community during that time was incredible.
It is. I have only read about it, but the things that I've read and the things you mentioned, hats off to the previous ambassador and all the officers working at that time.
Right. And now talking on the same line of jobs, Your Excellency, now lately, I'm sure you would know that Ministry of Labour has issued a decision relaxing and reducing the fee of expat visas drastically for about 85%. How fruitful do you think that is going to be for people looking for opportunity to come to Oman?
Very, very fruitful. The fees matter a lot. Sometimes we think that a few hundred riyals here and there doesn't matter. There are people who, for them, it matters a lot. So it will help. Similarly, there were people here, Madhya and Oman, who had to renew their visas. It will help them. So it's very helpful, and I really, through your ages, I thank the government of Oman for doing this.
Yes, absolutely. Now, Your Excellency, any message for the community or for people out there watching your interview right now?
The first thing is that we must be model citizens in Oman, and I'll give you examples. I'm talking to the Pakistani community. You must open a door for other people. You must keep the door ajar till the other person goes. If there's a bystander passing, stop the car, help out, help the downtrodden, irrespective of their color or their financial status, as is evident through their clothing. My promise to the Pakistani community is that I'll make this embassy into the most human embassies in the world. And I'm using the word human. I'm not saying grand or magnificent or with tall pillars. No, where humanity rules inside the institution. So, and I found the community to be extremely welfare-oriented. Madhya, there have been schools that have been constructed due to the efforts of one or two community members in Sohar, without taking names. They have literally conjured up the schools through their vision. I'll try my best to improve the schools and to have a very robust embassy community relationship to help each other and to help others in Oman.
Well, thank you so much, Your Excellency, for taking out time and joining us today. It was indeed a pleasure to have you on our show.
The pleasure was all mine, and I'd love to be here again and again.
For more interesting videos and updates, stay tuned and keep watching TTV.